Believe me,
I will be the greatest
testosterone
producer that God ever created, and I mean that.
Sorry!
This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.
What's going on, world? DS1 Ross, and we back here on Stay Sleep TV. Shout out to everybody who support the platform. Much love. And we are back with another video. And in this video, I want to let brothers know coming up in 2022 to go back and to reassess things. And coming up this year in 2022, I need brothers to be aware of derelict directives. Be aware of derelict directives. What is a derelict directive? A derelict directive is someone trying to convince you with an internet theory on how you should live your life, and they're living totally opposite from what they're telling you to live. Example, if someone is telling you to not get married, but they've been married before, that's a derelict directive. If someone is telling you to not have children, but they have children, that is a derelict directive. If they're telling you not to deal with black women, but they've dealt with black women, their baby mothers are black, and all the girlfriends that they deal with are black, that is a derelict directive. And this is very important, brothers, because a lot of you brothers this year, and I've witnessed it myself, a lot of you brothers are falling victims to derelict directives. Y'all are coming online and y'all are listening to derelicts. And you are taking cues and advice on how you should live your life step by step from derelicts, from dudes who are unfulfilled, from dudes who are unhappy in their own situation. If you could watch a dude be unhappy in his own situation, regardless to whatever he claimed he has, he's still unhappy in his own situation, that is a derelict. And brothers, you need to stop listening to that, because a lot of brothers are falling because of these derelict directives. A lot of these guys don't want to be black pill. These guys don't want to be what they claiming they are, but they're clinging on to these labels because it makes them feel comfortable being a derelict. It makes them feel comfortable in being unhappy in their own life. They have some theory and some philosophy connected to their failure, so they can say, oh, well, you know, the world is black pill anyway. So if I die unhappy, miserable, and unfulfilled, it's okay because we live in a black pill world anyway. Brothers, that is a derelict directive. That is a derelict directive. See, listen, brothers, here on Stay Sleep TV, I'm only going to give y'all what I have. I am not going to get up here and talk out my ass. I'm not going to get up here and talk about some things I'm not living, I haven't lived, I haven't done. You're not going to hear me up here grandizing and philosophizing things that is not real to me, that haven't shown a proof in my life, that I haven't lived or currently living. You see, because I do not, and I make it my business to make sure I do not mislead brothers. And sometimes these dudes don't realize that they're misleading men by getting caught up in their ego. You see, you get so caught up into your character that you stop checking yourself. And then what you start doing is you start handing out derelict directives. And you don't see the carnage that you're causing. You don't see how your derelict directives have been eroding men that's around you. Don't become this man, brothers. Don't become the derelict director, the one who want to control everything, but when it's time to fix something or when something goes wrong, they disappear. They disappear. They whine and cry. They always got someone else to blame. These are derelict directors, and they hand out derelict directives. Brothers, stop accepting them coming up in 2022. Always involve yourself with men who are authentic and genuine. If they are not authentic and genuine in their approach, in their action, dealing with you, then you are dealing with a derelict. You're dealing with a dude who just want to be down, just want to be a part of something, just want to say that they actually doing something, but they not even built like the guy who they trying to do shit like. Stay away from those men, brothers, because in 2022, it's time to tighten up. Because this is the year that you can elevate past a lot of bullshit. We just came through 2 years of the pandemic. Now, 2022 is the come up year. But you're not going to come up still taking derelict directives, taking orders and instructions from derelicts, hanging around derelicts, listening to derelicts. You see, because we all like content. This is what the world is ran on now. Content. The world was always ran on content. But now, a lot of brothers, you know, we listening to audio books. We listening to content creators. Y'all listen to me. Y'all listen to me. If y'all think I'm a derelict, don't listen to me. Because the last thing I want to do is to harm brothers. The last thing I want to do is to lead brothers astray. So if you don't get nothing from this channel, Sheep Stay Sleep TV, and me, DS1, I appreciate you, brother, and I wish you nothing but the best. You see, if this channel cannot help you, go somewhere where you can get help. See, because that's what it's about now. Listen, brothers, it's no longer about the hoot nanny shit. playing the guessing game, who's better than who, who's the better gender, and who's got more money, and all of those circular conversations that doesn't go anywhere, and it only turns into a goddamn reality show. Coming up in 2022, move away from that, because that's dereliction also. That's dereliction also. And shout out to the villains, because the villains, they speak on this a lot. And I like the fact that they speak on this. So shout out to the villains. But stay away from that, brothers. Because dereliction stunts your growth as a man. It doesn't add to your masculinity. It takes away. You see? So stay away from derelict directives, meaning instructions and things that surround you that's going to keep you on a low level. Stay away from those things and stay away from those people who involve themselves in those things, and those people who like to talk about those things all the time. But then they not producing nothing. See, that's a derelict. A person that always sitting around talking about somebody else, but then when you look at what they're doing, there's nothing. There's no growth. There's no development. There's no progress. They're just a bunch of shit talking. It's just a bunch of shit talking. See, those are derelict directors. Stay away from them, because they're only going to hand out, in the form of content, derelict directives. They'll tell you go be red pill when they're not red pill. You see? That's a derelict directive. Because you got to understand, most of these guys are only red pill on the internet. They're only red pill on the internet because it's a philosophy for the cyber world. Because most of these guys don't even use that terminology in their real life. Most of these guys, you cannot see any red pill traits in them if you meet them in person. So you got to understand what a lot of this stuff is derelict directives. Stay away from this woman. Stay away from that woman. Don't do this. Don't do that. Don't do this. Don't do that. But then a lot of these dudes, you find out that they live in a lie. This is why I'm saying, brothers, be aware of the derelict director. Because he's around to hand out derelict what? Directives, instructions. As y'all can see over there in the manosphere, in 21 Studios, they just put out some more stuff about a derelict, Jack Murphy, one who was online giving out derelict directives to men, leading men astray. This is what they were doing by lying to men, by showing them that they're living a life that they're not living, and telling men that they should actually aspire to live like them. Hey, you should live like me. I live like this. I live like this. I live like this. But then we find out he doesn't live nothing like that. That's a derelict directive that he's giving out to men, which is poison. Because the first thing that all men stand on is truth. So if you're sitting here lying about your life, then we don't even need to believe nothing else that come out your mouth. What else is a lie? You see? So this is why it's important, brothers, coming up in 2022 to beware of derelict directives. Stay away from the internet ideologies and philosophies. Those are derelict directives. Period. And not only is the directives derelict, but the one who's handing them out are derelicts. Don't ever forget that. Don't ever forget it. And make sure you stay away from it coming up in 2022 if you want to come up. Because as long as you're around that, you're never going to come up. The derelict is just using you as a means to an end because they really don't have nothing for you. That's a derelict. All he has for you is poison. All he has for you is bullshit. And he's going to continue to try to convince you to buy his bullshit. And then when you go back and you look at your life, you can thank yourself for accepting derelict directives. And this is why I say, brothers, we got to heal before we build. We got to see the value in ourselves more. Because if we knew ourselves, if we believed in ourselves more, we wouldn't take directives from derelicts. We wouldn't take advice from derelicts. These derelict directives will not be a problem. And it shouldn't be for you coming up in 2022. So get down in the comment section and let me know what y'all think. I appreciate y'all for tuning into the video. Make sure you like, share, subscribe, hit that notification bell so you're notified every time I drop some new content right here on SheepStaySleepTV. Shout out to all of the visionaries. Much love to the A-Game Nation. I'm going to catch y'all on the next video. Peace.
This is A-Game. Fast acting, long lasting, with no side effects.